Hey, high school literacy leaders. This is DLC Foster Yankee, and I would like to welcome you back to another episode of Curriculum Chat. In this video, I'll be discussing Section 1, Lesson 2, and the Artificial Intelligence Unit. First up, we have the goals, tips, and helps for this lesson. Students are analyzing context to draw conclusions about nuanced meanings for terms related to artificial intelligence, creating mental images to deepen understanding of vocabulary related to artificial intelligence, and making inferences based on information from a 6-minute intro to AI, and using evidence to support understanding. The text for this lesson are a 6-minute intro to AI, glossary of artificial intelligence terms from A to Z, and an excerpt from the Encyclopedia Britannica article, Artificial Intelligence. The materials for this lesson are the Artificial Intelligence Vocabulary List, Attending to Details Tool, Vocabulary and Context Tool, Vocabulary Journal, Academic Discussion Reference Guide, Question Reference Guide, and the Artificial Intelligence Section 1, Lesson 2, Question 7. In this lesson's 6 activities, students continue to consider the question, what is artificial intelligence? They will compare their class definition to a definition from the Encyclopedia Britannica, adding information or ideas to their class definition. In addition, they will form groups to learn domain-specific terms as they prepare to read about artificial intelligence. This lesson begins with students looking over the definition the class created for the term artificial intelligence in Lesson 1. Then, they read the definition provided by the Encyclopedia Britannica. While reading, students annotate the text in response to the questions. What is similar between the two definitions? And what information is new or different? So this is can be a quick warm-up just to get the lesson started. In the next activity, the teacher facilitates a whole class discussion and adds additional information to the class definition of artificial intelligence. Next, students form a discussion group as directed by their teacher, and groups briefly review the new class definition. The class definition is written down in their vocabulary book. For Activity 3, students will need the vocabulary journals and copies of the vocabulary and context tool. They work in groups to define the vocabulary words that their teacher assigns from the article, Glossary of Artificial Intelligence Terms from A to Z. The teaching note suggests assigning each group 2 to 4 of the words shown on the right side of the screen. Next, students discuss what the definitions mean and how they would define them in their own words, needing additional research if necessary. Students then write down the words and definitions in vocabulary terms. For each word, they'll identify the vocabulary strategy, for example, context, morphology, or reference source they use to determine its meaning. Activity 3 concludes with students creating a visual for the words and definitions using PowerPoint, Google Slides, Google Docs, or a poster using the guidelines on the screen. They write the definitions in their own words, synthesize their conversation about the words into a group definition, and include pictures or drawings as visual representations of the words. They should also include examples of the words in relation to AI. So this activity would be a great addition to the classroom word wall. Definitely want those visuals for students to refer to as they encounter these words throughout the evening. In Activity 4, students form groups in which everyone has different vocabulary words, present their definitions and graphics, and answer any questions that arise. As their classmates present, they write down the definitions of the words presented in their vocabulary. In the next activity, students add the term to their vocabulary journal, IoT, or Internet of Things, and the definition is there in the middle of the screen. Next, they read a 6-minute intro to AI as a whole class, focusing on the questions on the right side of the screen. Answers are discussed as a class, then in groups. Students choose one of the questions on the screen and use an attending to details tool to answer it. Observations are compared with those of other groups, and students discuss why there might be differences. In this lesson's final activity, students use the Attending to Details tool to examine one of the cornerstone instruments of AI while they continue to study 6-minute insurance AI. The lesson concludes with students responding to the question on screen. What are the reasons your chosen instrument is a cornerstone instrument of AI? And then they also write new or interesting words they encounter in their vocabulary journals. So that brings us to our hub for lesson 2. We have students will know the 5 different instruments that are cornerstone instruments of AI. They'll understand why those instruments are cornerstone instruments of AI and be able to make inferences based on information from a 6-minute intro to AI and use evidence to support understanding using and attending to details tool. So that concludes this video. Thanks for watching. And don't forget to subscribe so you never have to miss out on another video. See you in the next video.